Welcome back. This is the second part of me building a little campaign sort of module um, for the Dragon of Argon Mountain, right? And I've built a little bit more here, as you can see. I've got the map we put together just today. I've put 4 towns here. Like I decided for a short little campaign that runs about 1 to 6, 1 to 7-ish level. That 4 towns, I could probably fill up enough little dungeons here between it to that's more than enough for what I need to use. And I also built the first little town today as well. So we already have the dungeon, the Cobalt dungeon here, right? And I've got little tack for the players to sort of understand where they're going here. But before I get too far with all these maps and stuff, I built this one on Incarnate, right? It's not super great, right? It's a little pixelated, it's a little hard to read. But it actually came out a bit better than I expected. This one was not bad at all, and it just took a little bit of tedium. Me hemming and hawing over all sorts of little things, and it's sort of almost pre-planning for a few more dungeons, right? And I've so far built the first town that I expect the party to be in, Nola. And I mean, at first I wasn't going to build a whole map. I was just going to have a list of things here and there. But it was super easy. I used what was it called? Well, I used this to help name the tavern, the Last Bull. But I used Medieval Fantasy City from whatever this is, and I had some options, changed some options, and I came up with the NOLA map, which worked out pretty well. And yeah, it actually looks really good, especially for something I created all by myself with, obviously some good help. But I put that together. I've got my own notes here, right? The tavern is probably 2 GP per night. I put some names of some stuff, just some basic stuff that I don't really need to delve super deep into, but it's nice to have all the names figured out beforehand of a bunch of people. And it might be nice for me to just throw some extra names in here, some other families that are living in here, but that might not be important unless I try and throw another little little tiny adventure or dungeon or something in town that might involve the other people. But these are the big important people. We've got, Christor and his wife Maylee. They got 2 kids. They run the tavern. Doesn't need to be any more detailed than that, right? That's good enough for session 1, 2, probably even 3. There's a little church down here, Church of John, God of Harvest. Sister Haley is pretty much the only religious person who's working there, and she's got some potions for sale, right? That players want to buy potions, so she's got a total of 3 healing potions. Potion of Watchful Rest, which lets someone stay up over the night and be able to watch while still getting essentially, a good rest. And then Potion of Comprehension, which would let them read or do something. I don't know if that's going to be super important or not. That might be cool for me to add that into one of my next dungeons, something they might need to read. But that's all the potions she got. When she's done with those, they're all gone. She can't get any more. At least within the few first levels are going to be here, right? I got a little blacksmith guy named Gregor. He's just a regular human dude. Can't make anything special. No splint, no plate mail, or special weapons. Like, he can make a long sword, he can make a sword, a battle axe, but he can't make a glaive. He's never seen a glaive before. Doesn't know how to make that. Now, if another player has proficiency with smith tools, they could make something like that. They could, I would say maybe it's okay. They can make splint, but he doesn't have a strong enough forge with enough, of the equipment to make plate, right? And we've also got the general store run by Old Man Callaghan. Got pretty much most of the basic equipment. Maybe not alchemist fire, spyglasses, some of the more crazy stuff, but like ball bearings, backpacks and stuff. Perfectly fine. And I sort of got a limit for him for how much of the treasure they're going to buy, because I want them to be here for a few levels, right? I want them to be in NOLA for free levels, right? They're definitely going to be there until 2 because I'm going to start them off in the Cobalt dungeon. But I want them to also have motivation to leave NOLA, right, and go to one of the larger towns, Drostad, at some point, right? Cal is a little bit bigger. Maybe they'll stop there for a little bit, but it won't be much different from this town here. And I think I'm only going to make these maps for NOLA and Drostad. Although I say that now, and it was pretty easy to put this together. But the idea is for this this town only has a limited amount of resources, and the adventurers are going to exhaust that pretty quickly, right? The potions are going to run out quick. The forge is not going to be enough. They're going to want splint. They're going to want plate at some point, and they can only sell so much of their treasure. So eventually, like, this is sort of my motivation, outside of trying to get them to just adventure towards that direction, to go to the big town that you can sell all your treasure, buy and get all sorts of stuff made. Right, that's how I want them to sort of move their way over here and sort of stay away from the mountain at first, the big mountain with the dragon, and not just go march straight up there and get killed. Right, and as short and sweet as that was, that took me about an hour and a half to do, and I'm actually really proud of that. This turned out better than the last map I made, and I really like this. I haven't used one of these maps in quite a while. This came out rather well. I'm really proud of this, and I appreciate anyone also who's watching. Decided to click on this. No one's watching me right now. No one's watching my videos, listening to the stream. Every once in a while, someone will pop in, watch for a little bit, might say something. But if you're watching this, in the future, right, I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to doing more. Even without the support, of hundreds or thousands of fans like a lot of these other creators do, I've really liked this, and I don't have like an idea or a plan for this campaign, for players for it yet, and I may not, right? But I really do like sitting down and just designing dungeons and maps and campaigns and stuff. So I appreciate everyone for watching, and we'll see what we're doing next time.